Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
This is weird. If I change it to my headphone, you can't hear me.
It is clear now.
Yeah, but now I'm hearing you on my laptop. Okay, I think we might be good now. Can someone say something?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Sahit. All right, so we have the recording going. I'll wait a couple more minutes, so if anyone else joins, but either way, we'll have this masterclass recorded and posted on YouTube. All right, I think we can start. I'll start by sharing my full screen because I just want to show first the interface where I'm getting the character from, and so you have some context into what's actually being imported in the game. Uh, I might lag a little bit, so let's see if this works. So this is Character Hub, which is one of many AI creator websites. So this is where we imported the character from. I'm using this because it has a very easy download option where you can download the PNG and the JSON of whatever character you created. So you just, if assuming you create a character here or in any other website, you can just download the information. Usually, the websites provide this. Sometimes you have to use a browser extension, but if you are taking an AI character from one of these websites, it will likely have a bit of a different route every time. So for this one, You just click download and you get the PNG and you get the JSON, and then we move it into the studio. So this is just what I wanted to show on the on full screen. So let me stop sharing and actually share my studio view now. All right, so here, let me start home again. So when you open the studio, of course, you are in the home page. As I showed on a couple of masterclasses, we have this template tab here where you can take a look at all the pre-made templates that you can remix and build your game on top of it. So the two templates that I want to show that are very good for this game jam, and if you don't have really a lot of experience with the studio and you just want to build something simpler and something with an easier integration, you can just you should take a look at character simulation and interactive story templates. Uh, the flow, let me just go with use template just so you see the flow, but I'll actually not go forward with it. So when you open one of the templates, you get into a chat window where you have to talk to the agent about what type of game you're building. And we're going to add support. So right on this screen, you can actually add files, zip files or JSON files, and even PNG files that actually go in the repository. So your agent can use those in the game. So currently you have to go through the conversation and add this bit by bit. But we're adding support so you can do it right away. You just upload a zip file, a zip folder with your image, your character, JSON with the personality, and even possible chat history. And then the agent will create the game about it for you. So this is how it would look like. I will not go forward because it takes a bit because the agent builds the whole game. So I'll take a look at one of the games that I already made here. My studio is lagging a bit due to the stream. So this one is the interactive story. Okay, this error shouldn't get in our way. So for the interactive story template, you have a branching story with that character where you make choices and the choices have consequences and lead to different outcomes, and it's a really cool visual story type of game. And this is something that works directly with the exported characters. You can just give the personality to the agent and tell it build a story around this character with branching decisions and things like that. So I'll go over the things. So the different thing you'll be able to see here is this story tab where you can see the different character, the different how do you call it, chapters, the different chapters of the story, and you can actually change the script of the story as well. So the agent will do the writing for you, but you can actually change what you actually want to say in that story. So if you want to change an entire chapter or you want to change an entire dialogue, you are free to do so with the template. And you can further edit the game here in chat, just like a start from scratch game. So you have these two options. We also have the character life simulation, which is a bit different. It's a bit more chat focused. So you'll see the preview here in a second.
Also, just as a side note, you're always free to edit these template based games. You can add more chapters, you can add live LLM agents that will actually have conversations with you, or like a live narrator who'll change what's going to happen next based on what you do in the story, and so on. So Please feel free. These are just like initial starting templates for you to try out.
Yep. So as you can see here on the preview, we have the character simulation, as the name implies, is more focused on the character itself. So you can get the agent to add the character here. So it's the character you'll be chatting with. And we have a bunch of tabs with the agent will create, also create variations for your character. It has locations that you can change. So you have a map here where you can change locations. This is all dependent on the story you created. So this is all contextual, right? My character is a robot. So this was all made custom for that character that I imported. We also have quests and a lot of little things you can do with the characters in this mode. And as Sasha said, you can go ahead and expand this in any way you find cooler, right? In any way you find that that will make it more interesting. So these are the basic templates I would recommend. So the easiest way to get a character that has personality, that has an MD file or a JSON file, would be to get it into one of these games. So these are two great options. And I wanted to try building a very simple template style project here where you can use the start from scratch, where you can start from scratch and use Godot to get a game with the LLM working as well, and try to make a game a bit more dynamic in first person. So
We
let's
can
see.
create any type of game. We can create any type of game 3D.
Yes, as long as you're importing a character that is either an AI character or a character you created, which is the theme of the game jam, you can. So I'll start
Okay.
here with the Godot template and I'll go 3D because Godot is important in this case because we want to use the LLM Games plugin, which is only available for Godot. So we'll go and use that. And let me just write a quick prompt here. Okay, let's go with this initial prompt and let's see if we can get a good playable version in just a few edits. So the first thing I'll do here, it probably won't write any code. Yeah, it will just ask me things. So the first thing I'll do is actually import the asset, the image here. So let me open my download folder here. So I'm dragging and dropping the robot image into the studio. This is step one. And step two, I'll drag and drop the JSON here in the scripts. I'll just copy this name so the agent knows what I'm talking about, but the agent will be able to find it fine as well. So So I'll actually change this one to GPT Soul, and I'll make it autonomous. And let's see what it brings out as a first playable version. Meanwhile, while it's building, you guys feel free to ask any questions. You cannot hear my voice, Kadir. Yeah,
We can hear your voice. We can hear.
okay, yeah. And if Kadir couldn't, then then asking him wouldn't work either way. By the way, both the templates and what I'm doing here are just ideas, right? It's more of a showcase of what you can do, but you can do anything. For example, Squid wants to build a 2D platformer. You might want to build any other game. You don't have to use LLMs, and you don't have to import the character from one of these AI character websites as well. So as long as it's your original character, you can have made it on GPT. You can give it a personality or a theme on your own. So as long as you bring in a character you made, that's all we want.
How to import 3D characters?
You can just do the same thing I did here. You can go to the assets tab and you can take your asset, whether it's in GLB, FBX, or whatever format it is. I think all of them are supported for now. So you can just drag and drop it from the folder on your computer to this, and it will be there. And then you reference it to the agent. You can say, I just added the module with this name. And if it's rigged, if it's animated, the agent will be able to use those animations in game. It's pretty straightforward. Also, your agents should be able to create some cool variations of your character, just like what the template does. So the agent has capabilities to like create different skins or different poses for the characters. So that's a cool thought as well for games you're building. All right, so since it's writing the design document, it means we're close to the end. It's a bit of a longer edit since we're trying to one shot a playable version, right? Zero to one, but still was quite fast. And even thinking like we're using Godot and we're using a custom plugin, so let's see what we get on this first version. So it's still doing some edits. It likely read a log somewhere that didn't work, so we're building it again.
Can we edit the game like moving objects in the game?
In what way?
Like in every engine, we can move objects, place them like that.
Ah, okay, like a visual editor, you mean, right? So on the layouts on Go.Sasha, can we do something like that? I don't think so, right? You would have to build a visual level editor. So you could ask the agent to do that.
Yes, you would have to build a visual level editor right now. We do, Sahit, we do have a YouTube video. I think Pedro talked about building a visual editor in one of the earlier tutorials. And maybe, Imanri, would you be able to share the link to that masterclass? So you should be able to kind of see how Pedro does that in the masterclass, and you'd probably have to do a similar thing. You will be able to kind of see the level as it's being created, but if you want more fine grained editing details, you would have to kind of ask for the visual level editor. But again, once it does build your 3D level, you can always put in more details and give contextual details to the AI, like how Pedro is doing right now, saying, I only see darkness, or can you put a table next to that wall, or can you add a photo frame on this thing, or that the robot can interact with, or whatever. So you can give these kind of instructions to the to Bali, and Bali will kind of fix that and do those things for you. But also feel free to like tune it as much as you want to.
And something I could have done here that I didn't is share a screenshot with it. So if it's something that's very visual, like this, like I only see darkness, you can just take a screenshot and it will give the agent some visual context of what's going on. So for example, the way I worded this is pretty ambiguous because the agent might think that I don't even see UI, which is wrong, right? I do see UI. So if I took a screenshot, it would have made it clear that and easier to debug. Okay, yeah. Now we see the game. And it's very laggy due to the stream, but you can see that you have the image that I placed there, and you have uh, the dialogue from the character based on its personality. Let me let me see if I can walk here a little bit to to see if it reacts. This is rough to play with this frame rate. It's a slideshow. It's very old school indeed. Okay, as you can see, the agent down there just had another message. So I don't think we have like random encounters like those old dungeon crawlers with combat and loot and things like that. But the agent is already reacting. It's due to the way that the agent set it up, right? If I had asked, it would have built like combat and treasure rooms. But the agent is analyzing the actual structure of the maze, right? And it's talking about how to proceed and things like that. So yeah, and with this, you can go anywhere. You can make the agent your game master or your dungeon master, for example, in these types of games. I haven't tried yet, but I'm pretty sure that it can actually rebuild the levels in some sort of way according to what it wants to do. And you can just do a lot with this. And if you have the AI companion with the personality that you like, or if you have been chatting with one of these AI characters, it's really cool to be able to get them into this interactive state, right? Or you can play an RPG with them, or you can play a card game with them, or any other game you think of. So this is one of the ideas. We have many. We'll probably bring more ideas on the next masterclass before the game jam as well. But these were the three things I wanted to show in the class, and we can take some questions if you guys have them. Yeah, I see a question about from Osamu about animations. So I'm not sure if we have rigging, and I think so, right, Sasha? I think we have rigging available and mix some animations or not.
Uh, so we don't yet have rigging. Um, so you would have to kind of import a rigged character at the moment. We are working on adding rigging, and it should be up soon. But it is definitely in like the immediate pipeline. But yeah, you at the moment you would have to like make sure that the character is pre-rigged.
Mhm. Yeah, if you have a character with a rigged character with animations, of course, perfect. Bali can use any of those. You could make some procedural animations with the rigged character, but those procedural animations are of course not close to they're very simple, right? They're usually very stiff, and it's a lot of labor, right, to animate it with code. So you can do a little bit if it's already rigged, but yeah, ideally you would bring it with the animations. Uh, on the 2D side, we're also looking to support. Currently, we have sprite sheet generation, so you can bring a 2D character and you can create a sprite sheet for it, and it works well for some animations and works not so well for others. Uh, there are some minor details, right? But those can sometimes stack up and make the animation not look as smooth. So we're also looking to improve that. So if we have updates on that and on that quality as well, we'll show them closer to the game jam. I would stop sharing the screen just so I get some performance back, but feel free to ask any questions if you do. I'll stick around. All right. I think we don't have further questions for now, so we can close it. Do you have any other final comments, Sasha?
Not really. Best of luck to everyone, I guess, for the character game jam. We're really excited to see what you guys bring. Again, it doesn't have to be, a specific character that you've, generated somewhere or whatever. It could also be like from a manga that you enjoy. It could be like a hand-drawn thing, like artwork that you want to bring in, anything. We're kind of excited to see how you kind of use your imagination and kind of run it through our systems.
Yep, exactly. And if you guys come up with questions during the week, feel free to tag us here in Discord. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.